Welcome back, everybody that is returning. And those of you that are new, welcome to my platform. My name is Astraea Love, and I am going to be doing a reading for you guys today. So I hope everybody has had a good day. Please know that my readings are timeless. Whenever you get to this reading, there's going to be messages in here for you, okay? Each reading holds an Easter egg of knowledge for you guys. So I suggest that you watch all of the readings on both of my platforms. I have this platform, and then I have my second platform, which is called the Psychic Tarot Angel Oracle. And on that platform, I use oracle cards and I use tarot cards. Okay, so for those of you that have personal questions, please know that you can send me a $20 super chat with your question, and I will pause the collective reading and then I will answer your question. Okay, that's the way I'm making myself available to those of you that need your questions answered. All right. Okay, so we're going to start off right off the bat with a prayer. Okay. So we're calling upon the Most High God and the Holy Spirit. We're calling upon Jesus Christ, the Ascended Masters. We're calling upon the saints, and our spirit team of highest light and resonance, our spirit guides, the ancestors, our protection. We're also calling upon any other benevolent energies like the Galactic Federation of Light. We're just asking that they put a protective shield around us, keeping us safe from all negative interference and negative influence, okay? I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, and the highest truth to be revealed to me and to my collective, and I pray for all of my subscribers. So make sure you guys like the video. Please, 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 and thank you. It really helps this platform thrive. When you like the video, tap the notification bell. Make sure you guys are subscribed, okay? Share this content with other like-minded people. All right. And thank you for doing so. So I just want to say thank you, God, for everything that you've done for us. Thank you for everything that you do for us. Thank you for continuing to prosper and bless this platform. And thank you for continuing to prosper and bless me and my collective. I love you. I love you. I love you. And all honor, worship, glory, and praise goes to the Most High, our higher selves, God, aka our soul. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Divine Realm. Amen. So by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. Please be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my videos, you're agreeing to not bully, persecute, or attack me or anybody in the comments or anybody in the chat. Everyone is allowed to have their own belief system here, but what is not allowed is any form of bullying or any form of spiritual shaming or religious condemning people to hell or whatever, okay? If you have a problem with me, go take it up with God, okay? You have an issue with what I'm doing. Go talk to God about it because God is the one that put me in this position, confirmation, for me to be here to be of assistance to other people. So the people that want to condemn other people and judge, those are the people that have no right watching what I'm doing, okay? So don't be that person because you will get canceled, rebuked, blocked, and reported to Archangel Michael immediately. All right, so I'm going to talk about two books before we get into the reading. The first book, you guys, is The Truth of God by Michael STEADMAN. This book is awesome, okay? I've always been psychic my whole life. However, my whole life, I always felt like I was trapped in the psychic realm. Through the use of The Truth of God, I've been able to cross spirits over, connect with my higher self, and basically it was the missing piece to the part that I already had. I already had the psychic stuff, but I needed the really strong connection to my higher self, God, so that I could start actually raising my vibration. This is an intuitive workbook. It's got 3 techniques within it that are extremely important. The first technique is the God technique, which helps you raise out of your ego. If you're having any spiritual problems like demons, entities, whatever, curses, the God technique is what you need, okay? When people are like, well, how do you do it? I do it through the God technique, through accessing God. So what you do is instead of looking up towards God, you're looking out through the eyes of God, and it shifts your vibration, your frequency, and your awareness. That is the first technique. It's probably the most powerful in the book. Well, I guess they're all really powerful. The second technique is joy versus anger technique, which gives you the ability to ask yes and no questions, similar to muscle testing or pendulum. Only this is more foolproof. You won't ever get a wrong reading when you use the joy versus anger technique, so that you can be in communication with spirit, getting answers back, immediately. And this is what I use when I'm doing the readings and I ask a question. That's the technique that I'm using to figure out the answer. And it's all about the questions you ask. My life before this book and before using the joy versus anger technique was chaotic. I went through a lot of experiences that I could have avoided having to go through had I been asking, should I go here? Should I be with this person? Should I do this? Should I eat this? Should I drink that? Etc. Okay. So when you're asking questions and you're using the joy versus anger technique, you're being divinely guided. All right. So you're not just making choices randomly. Like, my abilities have always worked if there's going to be a tragedy or something I need to be aware of, but I wasn't using them to like ask questions about where I should be going, what's for my highest and best good. Okay. The third technique is the mind technique, which gives you the ability to get rid of the beliefs and thoughts that are no longer serving you. Okay, let's get the likes up, you guys, please. That would really help this platform. If you guys would like the video, hype the video. That really helps this platform. So the mind technique gives you the power to get rid of the thoughts and beliefs that are no longer serving you, so you don't keep pulling the same experience in. Okay. This book also teaches you how to meditate, and it teaches you about your emotions. I'm just going to read this one part. By detaching, releasing from all beliefs, see chapter 4, the mind technique, both that may serve us and those that don't. Why it says that is because the sun's going to come up tomorrow, whether you believe it is or not. The positive will always be there. We become a clear state for all that does serve us. That will come anyways, if we get out of the way. If we believe in it or not, all we need to do is stay in the flow of our God, pure essence, is have the focuses, joy, compassion, and unconditional love and peace. I learned to become a magnet of joy and peace. In the consciousness of God, the high emotions, love, joy, peace, compassion, gratitude, charity, trust, all of those and more, bliss, happiness, joy, are all blended together. They feel like peace. High emotions in the creation of God are separate and feel like unconditional love. Oh yeah, have I reminded you that you are God having this experience, not an extension or a part of you are God, not existing in the fullness, but God nonetheless. For those of you that really want to speed up your spiritual journey, get on the fast track, get this book, you guys. Develop your intuition, use the techniques in it, read the book. It's so easy to read, you guys. Seriously, this book has saved my life many times. This is why I continue to tell people about it, because it is like step one when you're getting on your spiritual journey. Okay, now the second book we're going to talk about is the book that I've written, and it's called Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells, and it has different tarot card spreads for the major arcana cards. The major arcana cards are the major transition cards, like the Emperor, the Empress, the Sun, the Moon, the Temperance card, the Chariot, the Lovers, okay? And so for each of the major arcana cards, I have created I created also a zodiac tarot card spread that has 14 zodiac signs in it. But I'm just going to open to whatever this one is. I'm just randomly opening it. I think that this is the High Priest, the Hierophant. Okay, so I'm going to read a position from the Hierophant tarot card spread. So let's look at position 6. This card shows the position 6 in this book is called the Seeker. This card shows you what you are trying to obtain spiritually in this lifetime. Where does your current focus lie? Where is your conscious mind looking to expand its consciousness? In what ways are you seeking the Hierophant within? Pay attention to details of this card because it will speak volumes on what you have been working towards in your current life path. If you pull the Star Tarot card for this position, you will know that you are in alignment with seeking and are being guided to your highest potential by a North Node star. Your North Node is where you will ascend to your destiny, basically. And it's in the birth chart, you guys. The South Node is like the devil energy. It's the lower energy. The North Node is the higher energy. So it says, if you pull the Hierophant Tarot card for this position, you will know that you can initiate others in your healing modality. Position 7, the mastery. This card position can show you the current mastery that you have over your life. What have you mastered that could be of use to you and of use to others? How do you plan to integrate your skills and talents into your divine life purpose? The completion of lifetimes and experiences along with the lessons can shine through the card that you pull for this position. If you pull the Magician Tarot card for this position, you will know that you are manifesting your own emotions and the creation of your physical and spiritual reality. If you pull the Death Tarot card for this position, it means that you are transmutating death into life and that you are working your way towards your greatest mastery. So that is just that's just a couple of the positions that are in the that tarot card spread, but each spread is accompanied with a spell that you do with God and the Holy Spirit. The Hierophant is for manifesting lack into nothingness. So you're basically getting rid of lack, okay? And you're going to say like an affirmation prayer, and you do a little ritual, and it helps you to integrate the archetype energies. The Lover's tarot card spell is to draw love to you, okay? The Hermit is to find one's inner light. The Wheel of Fortune. What is that one? It has to do with obtaining good fortune, to manifest good luck, basically. So again, this book is awesome. All you need is the original Rider-Waite tarot deck for this book, you guys, which is this deck. I would go ahead, and it's very cheap on the internet. I would just go ahead and get the one that's got the words on it, especially while you're learning to read the whole deck, okay? And then just let you guys know, in the back of well, first of all, the tarot card spread at the beginning, that's the zodiac one, helps you become more psychic. It also helps you to integrate each of the zodiac energies. And this is a 14 zodiac system, not a 12. Okay. And then in the back, there's a compendium of knowledge. Like, I'm just going to read the Wheel of Fortune part of it because it just keeps going on and on. But it reveals to you what it could mean when you have multiple major arcana cards coming out together in a reading. Okay, so if you pull the Wheel of Fortune in the upright, it is a very good sign of goodwill and good fortune coming your way. If you pull the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, it could indicate that someone has successfully swapped your destiny to some form of extent. If you pull the Wheel of Fortune before a major arcana card, it could indicate that the past fortune has influenced the current fortune. If you pull the Wheel of Fortune card after a major arcana card, it could indicate that whatever the major arcana card is will bring you good fortune in the future. Anytime that you see the Wheel of Fortune, you can expect to experience good luck. If you are having very bad luck, you may pull the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse with the Moon card. The Wheel of Fortune in the reverse means that someone is seeking to keep you stuck in a rut while they steal your good energy or steal your blessings. Again, people can't really steal all of your blessings, but they can energy swap. And that's what I'm talking about here with this stuff. Someone is trying to trap you or entrap you to keep you from your destiny. The enemy cannot stop you from reaching your destiny. All that it can do is, and the enemy is like people that are fucked up. All they can do is try to delay you, okay? When you pull the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, you will know that someone seeks revenge against you. The past comes back to haunt you for a time, and bad luck mixed with misfortune could visit your door. The Wheel of Fortune in the reverse means that what goes around comes around, and it is time for that karma to come back around now. So this book is called Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. The first book was called The Truth of God by Michael STEADMAN. There are 2 links in the description box below, you guys, for you to get these books, okay? And I would go ahead and invest in yourself. Get these books when you're doing the Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. I would take a picture of each of the tarot card spreads or video record it, and then go back a few months later after the things that you saw have come true and look at it again, because you're going to, or redo the tarot card spread again. The more that you do the tarot card spreads and the spells, the more you're going to integrate the major arcana cards, which are the major transitions in life. Okay, the more that you do the God technique, the joy versus anger technique, and the truth of God, the more that you are going to be connected all of the time spiritually. All right. So you guys, I have a great message for you. I'm getting that you guys are unstoppable. And the song that was playing through my head is by the artist called Sia, S-I-A. And her song is called Unstoppable. So I'm going to read the lyrics to you guys, okay, before we get into the reading. It says, all smiles, I know what it takes to fool this town. I'll do it till the sun goes down. And all through the nighttime, oh yeah, I'll tell you what you want to hear. Leave my sunglasses on while I shed a tear. It's never the right time. Yeah, I put my armor on, show you how strong I am. I put my armor on, I'll show you that I am. I'm unstoppable. I'm a Porsche with no brakes. I'm invincible. Yeah, I win in every single game. I'm so powerful, I don't need batteries to play. I'm so confident. Yeah, I'm unstoppable today. Unstoppable today, unstoppable today, unstoppable today. I'm unstoppable today. Break down, only alone. I will cry out now. You'll see what's hiding out deep down. Yeah, I know I've heard that to let your feelings show is the only way to make friendships grow, but I'm too afraid now. Yeah, I put my armor on, show you how strong I am. I put my armor on, I'll show you that I am. I'm unstoppable. I'm a Porsche with no brakes. I'm invincible. Yeah, I win every single game. I'm so powerful. I don't need batteries to play. I'm so confident. Yeah, I'm unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. And it keeps saying unstoppable today. I'm unstoppable today. I put my armor on, show you how strong I am. I put my armor on, I'll show you that I am. I'm unstoppable. I'm a Porsche with no brakes. I'm invincible. Yeah, and I win every single game. I'm so powerful and I don't need batteries to play. I'm so confident. Yeah, I'm unstoppable today. And then it keeps going, unstoppable today, unstoppable today. So today, you guys are unstoppable. Just know that. That repeating of unstoppable, unstoppable. Oh, please like the video, guys. It would really help. Like the video, tap the notification bell. Make sure that you guys are subscribed, okay? Make sure you watch all the readings on both of the platforms. Each reading is going to hold a personal download, an Easter egg of knowledge for you to decode, and it's going to help you on your spiritual journey. Make sure you get those books. This is going to be my best advice for you guys that are serious about connecting with God and your higher self and serious about moving forward and healing and gaining everything that you're here to gain. So, oh, and yeah, if you have any personal questions, you guys, you can always send me a $20 super chat with your question, and I'll pause the collective reading, and then I will answer your question, okay? And just a reminder, there's no bullying on this platform at all. That is not what we're here to do, okay? All right, so I'm going to cut the deck, and we're going to see where we're at. I hope you guys have had a good day. Eight of Swords. Oh my gosh. The Eight of Swords is somebody going to jail, okay? You guys are unstoppable. This other person is easily stoppable. I get that they can be easily stopped. This person is going to be forced into living by somebody else's rules. Let's get the likes up, you guys, please, and thank you. I really do appreciate you guys. Your donations, your likes, your subscribes have literally helped me so much. I love you and thank you. And sorry if I keep repeating myself. It's just we need to get the likes up, and it's important. Share this content if you feel like it would apply to somebody else as well. So for this other person, solutions do exist, but they're not, this person is not unstoppable. They don't have, you know, the year of the fire horse is like endurance. They don't have endurance. So that's kind of, it is what it is. Whoever this person is, whatever they're facing with having to be restricted, this could be spiritual jail, physical jail, they want to get out of this. Somebody feels trapped. And this person could be trapped in a relationship with somebody that is like imprisoning them and torturing them. But I feel like also they chose that relationship. Oops, Three of Swords. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, the Three of Swords about a third party betrayal. Those three swords, betraying somebody's heart, breaking somebody's heart. Sorrow and arguments with a lover, marriage separation. This is exactly what I was just saying. Incompatible lovers, cruelty, and abuse. Someone will betray them. These people are capable of inflicting hurt upon each other, and thank God you are out of the way, because it would have been you that was getting hurt. And that's not okay. You guys are so like immune to this crap at this point. I feel like a lot of you guys are high priestesses in the spirit, and you also hold power, like an emperor or an empress. I feel like a lot of you guys could have walked away from somebody that was very toxic. The emperor. Yeah, so ignore the fact that this person looks old. The emperor is somebody that's a leader. That shows me that you guys have mastered something. Maybe somebody was trying to tamper with your abundance, tamper with your fertility, your prosperity. They're going to have a very difficult time doing that, okay, for multiple reasons. First of all, when your prosperity and abundance comes from God, who in their right mind is going to try to block that? Secondly, if you are here to lead other people, and this person's being restricted right now, it's because you need to get on your journey, or you are on your journey, and you're here to heal, inspire, create whatever art, dancing, whatever this is that you love to do. You're here to use it to help the world become a more beautiful, better place. Okay. You're walking a very beautiful journey in this lifetime. And this other person, they're not walking the same path as you. So they're, as far as like this person coming with you guys, they're not allowed to come with you. Where you guys are headed is a higher dimension. There's many different like variations of vibration within the third dimension, within the fifth dimension, and the others, and you're moving towards the higher end. I would say almost like a fourth dimensional energy. And a lot of angels there, they can go through the dimensions as well. But yeah, this higher dimensional energy that you have is a good vibration. It's you being connected to your spirit. You guys are not making decisions that hurt and harm other people. You're also not making choices that hurt and harm your children, or hurt and harm you, or hurt and harm your relationship with the Most High, which is how you get to God, is by going within yourself. You're never going to find God on the outside of yourself. This is why the world has spent, for the amount of time that exists, the world has spent all of its energy trying to find God on the outside. And that's not where God is. So I feel like a lot of you guys are waking up at this time. You could be waking up and realizing that whoever this other person, yeah, that they are going down a path that's going to lead them into imprisonment. And you don't need to be there when this person gets thrown under the bus by whoever they deal with. All right. This person could have done something very unfair and very unjust to you. And I feel like you guys, whatever this person has done didn't stop you. Like I said, devil can't stop your fucking destiny. I don't even believe in a devil like that, but I do believe in the South Node, lower vibration of people and lower vibrational energies. Okay. I do understand those. And so, yeah, I look at things in a completely different lens. But when I look at like people that are low vibrational, that are acting from this low vibration, there's nothing that they can do to stop your destiny. They can just try to delay it. And that's what the enemy tries to do. They try to delay it so you miss it. But something that's your destiny is something that like every timeline that exists leads you to your destiny, okay? And to your fate. Your fate is something that's predestined, that cannot be changed, like you being written in the book of life to be a leader, a light worker, an inspirational person, a healer. Some of you guys could have family that's in the cartels, or you could have family that's gang members. You could be walking away from this family, mafia people, whatever this group, organization, cult, coven, secret society type thing is. You guys are more, I want to say like nomad like energies. Like it may not be that you actually move from place to place, but you don't like being in group settings where you feel like you're having to be controlled or manipulated. And I feel like you want to be on the right side of right, because a lot of you guys could have grown up seeing very scary things happen to people, and you don't want to be one of those statistics, you know? You guys could be walking away from addictions. You could be walking away from spending a whole bunch of money. You could be walking away from lust, okay? You could be turning down people that were very lustful in the past. I feel like somebody wanted to dominate you, point blank, period. But you guys are not dominatable. You're unstoppable. This person's got to walk away. Eight of Cups. This person's got to walk away. These people have to walk away. They need to respect your free will. Okay, if you want to become like, let's say, like a minister, a preacher, somebody that talks about the Bible, somebody that talks about God, that is part of you being a leader. Okay, I feel like you guys are not abusive people. You're not going to be the types of, because what I see now with pastors, preachers, and shit like that, ministers, for the most part of what I've seen with people, okay, they're demonic. Like almost every single one that I've seen has some type of, they're demonically possessed, or they are a demon wearing a human's face. Okay, you guys are not like that. You're not shapeshifters. You're not demonically possessed. You're not wanting to get into the ministry because you had demonic issues. You're wanting to lead other people because, and it could just be motivational speaking or being inspiring, but it comes from a pure place. And that's why people will listen to you. These other people that exist that do this type of thing that you guys are into, they are doing it for the money and for the tax exempt reason, because they don't have to pay taxes on it. They're doing it for the donations or whatever. And I'm not dissing those people. I'm just saying that anybody that's leading anybody that is a PDF file, okay, anybody that is like that, that's preying upon their own church members, that person should not be trying to represent God or talk on anything. Okay, point blank, period. People that are like that should be sat the fuck down. And then the people that are, like hating on, they're bashing and I love the LGBTQ plus community. I love all people. All groups of people are welcome with me. But like, the people that are bashing the LGBTQ plus that are ministers and preachers while they are LGBTQ plus, that's delusional as well. God does not, the energy of the divine realm does not like hypocrisy or bigotry. And so I don't feel like we should be trying to hold anybody by a made up perfection standard when not everybody fits the same mold. And especially when it came from the Bible, which was written by men that are now dead. And some of them betrayed Jesus. So what I'm seeing here is the Page of Cups, okay? This person, one reason that they have to walk away, and this is what I was getting, these minister, preachers, whatever the hell they are, okay? There's probably other words for them, and I'm just not remembering what they are. People that, speak to others to guide them, okay? Could be Scientologists, whatever. These people are into, having name brand things, having expensive items, dressing well, looking brand new, that type of shit. That's what they're into. Okay, that's what their main I would say drive for wanting to do this type of work is because it can make a lot of money. And these people are at a crossroads because, the masses are awakening at this time. I don't know if you guys can tell, but people are waking up and they're not just accepting the same old bullshit. This person loves to go to the crossroads and sacrifice people. I also get that one of these people could have been a football player, or they could be in the NFL, or they could be in some other type of professional sports thing, okay, where you sacrifice people. Just be aware that all sacrifices, I don't care what they're sacrificing it to, you cannot sacrifice another person's soul. You can't even really sacrifice your own soul, but what people like to do is they like to try to energetically ruin people. And I would call that a sacrifice when they're like, oh, let me go to this dead ass entity, dead spirit or whatever, and mention this person. That is straight fucked up. Okay. This is what this younger person, this Page of Cups energy has been doing, though. They're following the same footsteps of whatever Masonic cult, could be LDS, could be whatever, but whatever Masonic cult that they derive from. Okay. And it could be that their family is just Luciferian and it's been that way for a very long time. So they believe that clothing, I don't know how to describe it, but they believe that clothing and stuff like that has an ulterior meaning, like name brands and stuff like that. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like It's a belief that's very abstract to me, okay? Believing that physical items mean more than just the physical item. These people believe that they deserve the best of everything, and they also feel like you deserve the worst of everything. And that's kind of unbalanced. Yeah, Five of Pentacles. These people, because of their spending habits, even if they have a church exempt tax, whatever, these people still are casted away in the Five of Pentacles, homeless and broke. And it's because God's not wanting to, well, and when I say God, I'm talking about the universe, the divine realm, the higher self. These people are being cut off. They're being kicked out of a coven, a cult, a secret society, a community, because they came for somebody that was chosen. The emperor is somebody that is chosen. They came for someone that's chosen. I don't know what to tell them. You would think that people again, I don't think that these people are sincerely wanting to have a relationship with God. Do I think that? Absolutely the fuck not. These people want to appear like they have a relationship with God, but they don't actually. Their relationship with God is reading their Bible. That's what their relationship is. They don't have any firsthand experience of actually experiencing their own higher self, or even enlightenment, okay? Which is knowing that you are not your body, that there is oneness, that we're all one, and not throwing everything on Jesus, because that's ridiculous. Live as Jesus lived. You're here to teach other people to live as Christ actually lived, not to teach people to be weak as fuck and whiny little bitch babies to just go, oh, Jesus, save me. No, stop. People need to stop with that. Okay, that was not what Jesus was created for. Like, literally, Jesus had his own relationship with the Most High, with his higher self, with God. He was the one saving himself from everything, going through an ascension. And Jesus did not read a Bible, did not go to a church, did not go to a religion, did not subscribe to a group. He would literally just go preach the words that God was giving him from within to the public, and the public was inspired by that. And some of the people, they wrote down the things that Jesus said and then twisted it. And that's why the Bible says the things that it says, okay? But what I love about the Bible is specifically the book of Psalms. The book of Psalms was written before Jesus came into existence, and it is all about people's personal experiences one-on-one with God, and they're also songs. The word psalm translates to song, and so that's why I feel like the book of Psalms is so powerful. But knowing how to use it is another thing. And I'm writing a book on this stuff, but literally understanding it and using it is another thing. Okay, so I will tell you guys that wake up from the matrix. Go ahead and take whatever the color pill. What is it? Blue. What is the color of the pill that you take to wake up from the matrix?
The pill that lets you escape the matrix is red. It helps you find your real body, while the blue pill would keep you in the simulation.
Yeah. So, literally, take the red pill, okay? I knew they were red or blue, but take the red pill and let yourself go through an awakening. Tap out of the matrix, because when you go back into using and working with the matrix, because that's what the physical world is, you'll be able to do it from a spiritual aspect, okay? From a higher power, being actually led by spirit. And when you're led by spirit, you're not going to be led astray. These people, they don't value God. They don't value souls. They don't value their higher selves. They don't value other people. That's their problem. Soulless, loveless individuals is what you're dealing with. But that's okay, you guys. Think of it this way. If you were going to preach to anybody, you wouldn't want to just preach to people that still have some type of integrity. You would want these other people who are being really down, just I want to say down low, dirty, grimy, evil, wicked, murderous and shit like that. People that you think are beyond saving. You would want those types of people also to gain your wisdom and the knowledge that you have, okay, with your own personal, speaking from your own testimony and personal experience with God, not from a religious quote or a Bible, but speaking from your experience. That's how people are going to listen to you. When you talk about your own testimony, I think that everybody on this planet that has a testimony with God should write their testimony into a book. Literally write it down, because there will be people on this planet as this awakening happens and people awaken. There are going to be so many people on this planet wanting to read other people's testimony so that they can learn how to discern the signs from the universe and see when God is speaking to them, and see how God manifests through nature and all of that. So, and all of the miracles that you've had in your life. I feel like you guys are here to lead other people. You could be somebody that is going to be a TED Talk motivational speaker. That's something that is very highly compatible for you guys. Queen of Cups. So the thing is that when you come off to other people, you come off as these two energies. And these two energies, like, are good energies, okay? The Emperor is an elder. It looks like an older person, but it just represents somebody that's extremely wise, okay? A leader. The Queen of Cups is a nurturer, somebody that cares, is kind, compassionate, you know, the perfect like spouse, a great listener, somebody who will extend their hand out to others and not be afraid to interact with people of every vibration, you know. Yeah. I believe that Christ consciousness is I believe Jesus is going to come back through people obtaining Christ consciousness and gaining enlightenment and realizing that they're not their bodies and they are one with Father, Mother, whatever you want to call it, the Most High. Because again, it's a timeless energy that every time we try to describe what God is, it puts it in a box, and it's false, because God is so much more than that. Everything in this universe, everything that you see is made up of God's energy. It's all an emanation from the source, which is love, joy, and peace, just to let you know. Anything that is not of love, joy, and peace is unnatural, and that's why it's considered low vibrational, because it's not in alignment with the truth of who you are, which is love, joy, and peace. Okay? A lot of Christians, what they really need is to do shadow work, to go within and heal the past, you know, that they have unhealed, like their childhood, any traumas, instead of blaming everything on the devil and blaming everybody else and trying to bring down hellfire judgment on people. They should be going within and accessing God, and not just running to Psalm 109 to curse everybody and their children, okay? I don't even feel like Jesus would have, like what Christians do today, Jesus would have never engaged in, ever, okay? Confirmation. Jesus was a very holy, sacred person that was very psychic, very prophetic, very intuitive, okay? Had probably every single gift that exists. Five of Wands. These people were trying to compete with you for something. There is no competition. You can't compete where you don't compare, and nobody is comparing you to these people. You just have to understand that somebody was trying to challenge your authority. They didn't want you to be able to find the answers and to become this unstoppable force that you guys already are, you know? If you guys have any personal questions, you can send me a $20 super chat and I will address that personal question, okay? I'll pause the collective reading and I will answer your question. So anyways, so yeah, people see you as a nurturer, a carer, and a leader. And that's what's showing up here. Again, just take the gender out of tarot, because everybody doesn't matter what gender you are, we all have feminine, we have masculine energies within us. And there is something, you know, I do reference the Bible, but I will tell you what it actually means from the higher perspective. Like if you were to get the truth of God and look out through the eyes of God, how this is seen, there's something where Jesus is saying that to get into the kingdom of heaven, a man must become a woman and a woman must become a man. That doesn't mean go through a transgender change. It means balance and integrate that other, when man and woman comes together, it creates the wholeness and oneness of God. Bringing that in within yourself, that divine feminine, divine masculine energies into oneness within yourself, enters you into the state that is the kingdom of God within. That's what that means. And so I feel like, you know, a lot of you guys are gaining enlightenment. You're awakening from traps that were set for you. For some of you, you guys are having really good luck. Okay. Magician. The people think that you guys are magical. I agree. I feel like you guys are alchemists. You could help other people transmute whatever they have going on. People just really need to be honest with you guys when they come to you guys for help. I feel like a lot of you guys are here to guide other people and to help them figure out a way to make their lives better. You know, there are many tools accessible to us that God's given us on this planet, from herbs, okay, to prayer, to crystals, to meditation. There are many tools to understanding the body systems and the chakras, but you only use a tool until you don't need it anymore. Okay. And the tool is not to take the place of God. That is, I mean, it is obviously God's energy and it's here for us. Crystals are just minerals. Okay. And they have properties that can help our energetic system adjust, and it basically helps fill in our energetic system wherever there's something that's lacking or something that's going on. And so crystals are great to work with, but are they the 100% answer to any problem? No, they're not. Are they demonic? Absolutely the fuck not. Do you think that God would have manifested in the earth all of these precious rare gemstones and minerals and made them evil? That doesn't even make any sense. So no, they're not evil. If somebody curses a crystal, that's putting bad energy onto it. But again, crystals themselves are not evil. I don't know why people think that shit. But just know, if you have any crystal and you don't have it on you or near you within arm's reach, it's not doing anything for you, with the exception of the clear quartz crystal. This is the only type of crystal that can be doing something for you or doing something for your home when you're not there. And when you put quartz next to any other crystal, like this is citrine, you put these two together, it expands, the quartz amplifies the qualities of citrine and sends that out, you know, into the field. Wow, these just fell out like that. The star in the reverse, you guys are dealing with somebody who is mentally unhealthy. And I'm not a doctor. Again, just, you know, if I talk about anything in the realms of health, make sure you follow up with the doctor. That's being responsible with the energy. But yeah, this star energy in the reverse, fear is holding this person back, okay? They're dealing with the aftermath of this backfire of black moon magic that they were trying to do on you. And they were trying to keep you bound or keep you in an old state of existence or keep you doing something that's not for your highest and best good. Confirmation. Yeah, this person has lost hope in themselves, okay? They lost hope in themselves. This person needs to give away some of the money that they have to keep money flowing in their life. They could be very stingy, but I just get that they don't ever contribute their money to anything that's positive or high vibrational. And this is why they are having money problems and insecurity and lack. Okay. And self-doubt as well. This person and the people around them could be mentally ill. This person is also, with the moon in the reverse, having a creative and imaginational, they're having some type of issue with having dark moods accompany their creative ideas. Okay. And whatever that dark mood is, I don't really fully understand that, but it feels like somebody that's, okay, I understand it. So what it is, it's like somebody that gets dark moods and then they write really sad, fucked up poetry, or they draw really fucked up pictures. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, everybody's input is valuable to a certain degree, but is it helping them? I don't know. I don't really get that it is. I think it's creating more of a block. Focusing on the negativity is creating more of a block than if they would just stop focusing on the suicidal shit and focus on loving themselves. That would probably be better. But again, that's just using the law of attraction. This person's got a creative block. They failed an examination. They failed a test that was given to them. You could have been this test. This person was definitely tested when they saw you. They were like, oh, you know, they're just used to taking from people and not having to give anything. So then when this person saw you, they were like, oh, I'm just going to snatch something away, wait for this person to do all of the work. And then the moment that they get ready to bring it to the public, I'll just snatch it away from them. You know, like that's literally what they were thinking. And now that they're being shown that that is not what's going to happen, this person feels sad, basically. They need to listen to other people's opinions and stop listening to their own dumbass ideas. I also get that this person could be hurting themselves and hurting the people around them. The Lovers in the reverse, you guys, the Lovers in the reverse, the Moon in the reverse, oh my God, the Star, the Moon, and the Lovers in the reverse. This person did not make a good decision when it came to love. They chose somebody or something, okay, that is untrue to them. Okay, this person could have a very hard time making a decision when it comes to a relationship. Just had to open my ear there. But yeah, this person made a very bad choice, okay? Their friends are moving on and abandoning them. This person could be fighting and having a communication meltdown at this time with other people. Yeah, it basically is talking about infidelity, possible divorce for this other person, a moral lapse involving temptation, indiscretion, and infidelity. This person was tempted and they failed. Interference of laws, of in-laws. This person could also have an in-law on that's, well, actually, their parent could be the in-law that is really toxic. Okay, when I worked at a metaphysical store a while ago, okay, we owned it, we sold it. Now I'm doing this, but a long time ago, I worked at a metaphysical store. I would have a lot of Hispanic ladies come in that were mother-in-laws to like the family, and they would be like, what can I do to keep these two people together? And I would be like, okay, well, you could do this candle or this candle, you could get this rock. But if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. And they seem to be, as a culture, very adamant about keeping family ties together, even if it's a toxic relationship. And so, yeah, it feels like other cultures, they have, I want to say more than American culture, they will be more willing to, I mean, maybe it could be American culture as well, but they're very willing to do whatever it takes to keep a family together, even if it's hurting one or both parties, okay? And that's just the way that their mind operates. That's how they function. And it's because from my understanding, a lot of the times it had to do with them not wanting to lose access to their grandchildren, okay? Or to their son, daughter, etc. So there could be an in-law that is interfering with this relationship. But yeah, the need to heal a relationship. This person needs to heal their love life. So just to let you guys know, if you have any personal questions, you can send me a $20 super chat with your question. I'll pause the collective reading and then I'll answer your question. But this is beautiful energy. I see you guys being very successful. I don't know if you guys were the ones that had to get divorced and you got cheated on. Okay. That is definitely something that is very, very painful to go through. If there's any inner healing that needs to be done with you, I would go ahead and just take the time to do it now, okay? Because there's no point in even thinking about beginning a new relationship if you have not healed the issues from the last one. Because when you go to manifest that new relationship, if you're holding on to old wounds that are still hurting you, you could literally draw in somebody exactly. And if you're holding on to beliefs, sometimes we believe, like when I was younger, I wanted a bad boy. But bad boys were bad, basically. So then I realized that. So I had to change my whole belief system on what I wanted to be with to get a relationship that was not horrific. Okay. And so that could be what needs to happen here. Yeah, I'm doing a reading for everybody here, you guys. But just to let you know, if you have any personal questions, you can always send me a $20 super chat with your question, and I'll pause the collective reading and I will answer your question. Okay. So yeah, this bad decision and being blocked in creativity, I feel like there were two people that were coming together and they had a family or they had a relationship. And now these people are very broke. They're in trouble. They're going to go to jail for something. That's literally what I'm picking up on. There could be domestic V. Again, if you guys are experiencing that, please go to, any type of police that you can. Don't just sit around being abused. And don't be people that for years and years and years, like 9 years, I would forgive my ex-husband after he would beat me, put his hands on me, assault me, whatever. And I would just forgive him and forgive him and forgive him. And then I was like, okay, I had an awakening. And then after that awakening, I just kept seeing all of these patterns continue to go on. And I had to just be like, this is done. We need a divorce. This is not healthy. And I didn't want to drag his child either, who I loved more than him, through any type of back and forth thing, So sometimes you have to sacrifice people because you love them. And I had to not really sacrifice him, but I had to sacrifice that relationship because I loved his daughter and respected her peace. So sometimes people are not willing to do the bigger thing, like be the bigger person. But I get that you guys are. Whoever this other person is, they fucked up. They made a bad decision and they linked up with somebody. They could have had a kid with somebody that was not for their highest and best good. Knight of Cups. This is what I'm saying. You're showing up as the Emperor. There's no way that you're going to make any type of agreement with anybody wanting to come in and charm you at this time. I feel like this Knight of Cups energy is never really a good energy when it comes to romance and long-term partnerships. So I feel like we're dealing with a female energy though, as well. And that person has not come out yet, but they will come out. Also, you guys are being seen as an unstoppable force, a victorious force. You're also being seen as somebody that, like, somebody could be looking at you and being like, damn, I wish I would have chose them. I wish I would have gone for them. Queen of Wands. I told you there was going to be a female. This Knight of Cups could have been with this Queen of Wands. This Queen of Wands is very much so I don't want to call them a cheater, but yeah, they're cheating. They cheat on everybody. This person's also a witch. So both of these people made a bad decision with each other. And this Knight energy is not an energy that stays. The Knights come and they go. And the Knight comes in to rescue somebody. This Queen of Wands needs to be rescued. They need to be saved. They don't have the power to go within and save themselves like Jesus did. Like, this person really needs another person to come in and take care of them. They could possibly need some type of therapy. Let's get the likes up, you guys. We got 67 people watching and we got 70 people watching and 27 likes on the video. If you guys could tap that like button and hype button for me, I would really appreciate it. Thank you in advance. I love you guys so much for doing that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please like the video. This Hierophant group is not playing this shit, okay? This Queen of Wands contacted a Hierophant group, which could be a religion, a secret society, a cult, a coven. These people could have been religious. I don't get that they actually follow religion, though. Not traditionally. Yeah, this Hierophant is basically, what it shows to me is this is God showing God's hand, okay? When it comes to this Queen of Wands. This person's being blocked. Literally. They're being blocked. Because the moral path was not taken. This person's up under judgment. They could be literally being judged right now. And this is what I don't understand about people is when people come in and they try to bully me and judge me, that gets them in really big fucking trouble. Because I'm doing what God has asked me to do, what the divine realm has gifted me to do, what I've been doing for lifetimes, what my family has been doing. I am doing what I am supposed to be doing. This person is not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And other people, they cannot condemn you to hell. They cannot use some type of just random ass shit. They cannot use random ass shit written in any book at any given moment to condemn your soul to hell. Just know that. Nobody can do that. I feel like this person could be facing some major judgment because they made a horrible decision with who they invested their time and energy into, and that's on them. Okay, so let me just get rid of this one person. I don't know who they're telling to be quiet, but there is no bullying me and no bullying anybody in the chat. Okay, we'll get you canceled, rebuked, and blocked the fastest and reported to the Most High God and the Holy Spirit. So just don't do it. Go find something else to do. If you got a problem with me, go talk to God about it. Go ask your spiritual team why I was put here. Okay, so that person won't be able to comment anymore. I just removed them. Welcome everybody coming into the chat. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. Please like the video, tap the notification bell, make sure you guys are subscribed. Okay, that really helps the platform. If any of you have any personal questions, you can send me a $20 super chat with your question, and I will pause the collective reading and I will answer your question. Okay. Okay. So you guys are being able to stand on your own 2 feet. You can defend yourselves. You guys are intuitive people. I think that part of being a leader, part of being a prophet, if you're not an intuitive person, and there are people that are politicians that are not intuitive people, but literally, if you're an intuitive person, it's going to make your journey here so much easier. These gifts and talents that you have that God's given you are for you to go within and find your knowledge and to bring it forward for other people. Somebody is seeing you as like a highly ranked soul that's unattainable, and they feel like, damn, I really missed out. I made the wrong decision. You know, if you are a feminine energy, there could be a feminine Queen of Wands witch that's trying to compete with you, but you're coming out. The way that other people see you is not how you actually are. People don't have the ability to see like all of you because you don't put all of you on display. And I think that's smart. I wouldn't be telling people who you're with, who you hang around, who your friends are, because what people don't know, they won't destroy. What they don't know about, they can't attack. Just know that. The more that you remain, the High Priestess is a mysterious energy. The more that you remain this mysterious energy and stay private when it comes to your personal life, the harder it's going to be for people to tear you down. Okay. And I get that you're unstoppable. It's impossible to tear you down at this point, but, you know, just that so that you know that you are loved, that you've been given these gifts to use them to help yourself and help others. What I consider a witch to be, like this Queen of Wands, is somebody that could have had a gift, could have had a power, could have had authority or an ability, but they misused it. Okay, they used that to hurt and harm somebody. To me, that's what witches are. People that use herbs to heal and cleanse, those are not witches to me. People that use tarot cards to read cards and use their gifts, those are not witches to me. Those are prophets, those are psychics. And again, not every psychic is connected to God, okay? But some of us are psychic. Jesus was psychic, Enoch was psychic, Moses was psychic, Noah was psychic. They all had abilities, all right? They knew how to communicate with angels as well. So just know that you're not the only one that's like this, and it's in your blood for a reason. For you to be able to use these gifts and talents to help yourself. I feel like a lot of you guys are very inspirational people. 3 of Pentacles, you have an entire soul tribe community. Let's get the likes up, you guys, please, and thank you in advance. Thank you guys for all of your support. This 3 of Pentacles energy is a soul tribe, a community that you have that backs you. And I feel like there are going to be a lot of people that want to work with you, especially when it comes to your intuitive ability. There's a lot of people that need to hear your message. You're meant to be seen and meant to be known. These people, what could they share with the world other than trauma? Confirmation. These people don't have anything to offer this planet. And I'm not trying to be rude and I'm not judging them. It's just that's the choice that they made. These people seek after things that are of this world that are basically things that I don't give a fuck about. They seek after things that I don't care about, things that are of this world, things that are very physical, that don't have any type of, and everything has a spiritual basis, but I don't believe in name brands or tags or whatever. Like, I will go get my clothes from Walmart and live my life in peace. Like, I don't have a problem with that. But again, Oh, thank you so much, Pete Grace. Let me look at your question. You have a competition next weekend. Ooh, okay. And about a spirit guide, that if you have one, of course you have spirit guides. Okay. So yeah, let's look into the competition and see what that brings up. I feel like a really good feeling about this competition. I don't know if this is like, is this like a sports competition or is this something else? Whatever your strategy is, don't reveal it to anybody, okay? I also get that you do have a good support system. You do have spirit guides around you, and they're wanting you to focus on whatever this is that you're doing to compete. They want you to focus on basically your technique is what I'm hearing. The technique, how you are tapping in with your technique, and then visualizing your success before you go into whatever the competition is. So like, let's say it's like, I don't know why I was seeing pole jumping, but it feels like something that you're doing that is, it stretches or expands you in some type of way. Every time that you do it, you tap into a state or a frequency that gives you the ability to kind of foresee what's going to happen. I feel like whatever this is, if you can predict the movements of the other things that are in the competition, that's going to be of great benefit for you. It's also going to make it a lot easier, but I do feel like, you know, you're going to do well. The 8 of Cups. Interesting. So this is warning you to stay away from people that have a bad attitude, okay? Literally. Stay away from people that have a bad attitude. When people start to talk bad on other people, maybe this is something that's going to happen at the competition, but don't walk away from people that are not serving your highest and best good. If you have people that are being really nasty to you, and when it comes to competition, being real nasty to you, ignore them and walk away, okay? Because these people are going to be super disappointed when they see you gain some type of victory. But I get that, yeah, when you don't engage in gossip and you don't engage in I want to say it's like competitive bullying, you're able to succeed. So this is what I'm seeing, is that don't let anybody lower your frequency. Okay. Empress, divine being. I feel like you're very secure in what you're doing. And I also get that you have good physical, like, health. Yeah, tapping into your divine feminine energy is going to help, but walk away from people that try to trigger you. Anybody that tries to provoke a reaction out of you, ignore that. Okay, that's going to help. Knight of Wands, because I do get that there is going to be somebody that comes forward all randomly to try to throw you off of balance. That's why I would not share your technique. You don't have to share everything with everyone. I also get that with whatever this competition is, I don't know if there is time, if it has to do with time, but take your time. If it has to do with the play that you're going to do or a maneuver, take your time. You have enough time. There's some type of belief that you don't have enough time to get something done. Release that belief. That's going to help, because you do have enough time. Okay. And then also using time against whoever you're competing against. That's also a strategy that I feel like is going to work, because everybody is like scattering for time. They're trying to rush things, trying to perfect things, you know, within a certain time frame, trying to make something happen. I would think of it this way, like, I've seen the Kansas City Chiefs football team. I have seen them in the last like 5 minutes, whatever. I've seen them completely win a game. So even if you feel like it's down to the last second, do not invest in thinking that you cannot overcome this hurdle. I also get that whatever this nervous energy that you have, It feels like it only comes on when you're about to compete. And I don't feel like you need to, I don't think you should be looking at other people like their competition. I think you should be looking at the old version of yourself as competition and just wanting to become a better version of yourself. Like competing with yourself in that type of way is the most healthy way to advance rather than looking at other people. Because the reason that I don't ever get jealous or envious of other people is because I can see their flaws and the things they've had to go through. Okay. I also get that, you know, if you have a manifestation technique before this competition, like reciting affirmations, that's a very good thing to get your mind going in the correct direction. And no, it won't work if you like, if you are affirming something. So let's say you're saying an affirmation for I win. The lyrics to Unstoppable was I win in every single game. I would use that I win in every single game. If you're stating that to the universe and that's where you're putting your conscious mind, but you have a thought or belief or a frequency within you that is opposite of that, like you thinking that you lose at something or that you're not good at something, then that makes it harder for you to manifest. Affirmations work the best when your thoughts and beliefs are in alignment with what you're affirming. And so, like, start by saying it, keep saying it, and then know that the more that you focus on you winning every type of game, every time you play, you win. When you focus on that, you're going to draw more of those experiences in and less of because doing anything from a place of fear and especially if it's like anxiety or fear or nervousness, that's not the energy that winning is in. Okay. That's the energy of flopping something. So let other people be in anxiety and fear. You live in confidence. That's literally what your spirit guides are saying. Page of Wands. Yeah. You could be somebody who is very much a nature lover. Okay. I also get that you're very fertile at this time. I don't know if this Knight of Wands and Page of Wands is like somebody's father and their child. I don't get that that's you, but this could be somebody that is competing. So also don't be afraid of people that are younger than you. Okay. What the youth does not have is, and I'm not saying that there's no youth that has wisdom, but they don't have experience and wisdom. Where you have a lot of experience in whatever this is, you think things through in a way that other people that are younger, they don't think things through. I also get that. Don't put limits on what your body and what your mind can do. Take every time that you compete as a new opportunity for you to make a new record, break a goal, or like literally surpass what you thought you could do. I give the example that when I went to Las Vegas, there's so much walking. Okay. It's continuous walking. Before that, I had not walked. I had no idea I could walk that far, but until being put in a certain position, then I was able to find out that I could walk that far. So yeah, when you look at competing as just becoming better than you were yesterday, that's going to put you in a good energy to win. If you look at competition as being in the energy of winning and knowing that you will manifest that towards you. And that's why affirmations are so good to work with, but don't just think you can say it one time and have it work. Know that if there's a counteractive belief or frequency within you, and I'm also hearing a fear of injury or fear of falling or fear of failing, that needs to be released. Because that's probably the one thing that counteracts you being able to be in this winning energy all the time. The King of Wands, the wand cards, the Knight of Wands, the Page of Wands, the King of Wands. That is very interesting to me. Okay. Yeah. Whatever this competition is, you know, it feels like sometimes people don't give you the right advice, but if you use your intuition, you're going to do just fine. I also get that this King of Wands, Page of Wands, Knight of Wands, they're all like on the same team or something. They're all working together. Okay, let me ask another question. So when it comes to, when I'm getting tiger's eye would be a really good crystal for you to work with. When it comes to competition, what is it that I'm seeing here with this type of situation? The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. This is what I'm picking up, that you have access to this Wheel of Fortune, which means, it's promising a better future for you. It's also telling you that destiny and your fate, the things that are inevitable for you, which is winning. When you put your trust in God, you're going to be able to move beyond limitations that you thought were not possible. The Wheel of Fortune could also talk about good luck, being in a good situation, I'm kind of thinking of like when they do the coin toss at the beginning of a football game, that type of energy, being in a good position to start off. You want to be confident, secure, and knowing that you're capable. I feel like the energy that you're competing against wants you to doubt yourself. So when you put up, I would be putting up like a shield of protection. I would be praying before each competition. Pray Psalm 23, pray Psalm 91, pray Psalm 60. Psalm 60 specifically is for victory. 10 of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune and the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah. I don't know if this is like professional sports or whatever this is, but this is going to be good for you. It's going to help you bring influence and importance to other people. You're also being asked to invest your time and your energy wisely when it comes to what you're focusing on and what you're wanting to manifest in your life. I do get that, you may be able to even support yourself with this competition stuff. You may be able to walk away from a job that you were doing that wasn't attached to this competition thing. Or even the idea of having to work a full-time job. Like, let's say that this has to do with, you wanting to do the Olympics. It looks like it's going to be very fruitful. I also get that you may get some other type of endorsement. Okay. The more that you do this, just know that the Wheel of Fortune talks about success after failure. If you've had any type of failure, you're going to have a success. Look, 6 of Wands, victory. These are all probably the best cards that you could get when it comes to competition. The Wheel of Fortune, the 10 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Wands. That's you being able to provide for yourself. You may have to deal with a few people that got bad attitudes, but don't let their energy bring you down, and don't feel like you need to fit in with the group, okay? And I feel like that's a really important thing. Strong man, lifting big weights. Okay, awkward, but a lot of moving. Yeah. That's why it's the Knight of Wands, the Page of Wands, the King of Wands energy is coming out. So yeah, I feel like this is really going to help you. I also feel like you not putting those limits on your body as to how much you can lift, how far you can go, removing those mental limits, because when you tap into the God force energy, you're going to be able to do things that, you did not even think was possible. I also get that stretching, making sure that you're hydrated, and making sure that you are rested are 3 things that are going to really help you. I would probably ground your energy, especially when it comes to lifting. You want to make sure that your energy is being supported by the earth, so that when you lift, it's not going to be it takes such a toll on your body. I get that this type of thing is going to help you become strong in all of the parts of your body that you would have never been able to work out with a machine. That's what I'm literally getting. I'm also getting that this is a great way to bond with people, but don't let other people's fears and their belief system block you from moving forward. Yeah, 2 of Swords, because whoever these people that are competing against you, it feels like their heart is closed to something. What is their heart closed off to? Magician. Okay, so you're able to transmute energy, obviously, which is why I was saying to ground your energy. That way, anything that gets thrown at you can immediately ground. I feel like the people that could be competing against you are in denial of something. They can't accept the reality of change. And there's going to be a major change with this. This competition is going to feel different than the others because of what we're talking about. I also get that this is something you can invest more time and energy into, and it's going to give back to you. Four of Wands, creative goals being completed. Yes, absolutely. It also talks about your ideas being plentiful. I'm hearing proteins. Financial rewards come in from completed work. So yeah, this is going to be good. If anybody is like, oh, let's make a bet, don't make a bet with anybody. I feel like the way that your path is set up is going to be successful. You may not win every single competition, but you're going to win a lot of them, okay? Especially when you get your affirmations and your mindset going in the correct direction. Knight of Cups. Because I do feel like there will be people that are very charming, that are very well educated on lifting, on what this stuff is, but they don't have like the genetic makeup like you do. Like if you could look into your ancestry, I don't know how far you can go back, but I feel like if you could look into your ancestry, welcome everybody coming into the chat, you would be able to see that there were other people that did competitions like this. So it's not unheard of for your DNA to already be programmed to be successful in this. So yeah, I just feel like you could be dealing with some smarky people, both at work, because like literally you may end up making this your job somehow, or you could become a personal trainer or something like that, or teach this to other people. You would make a very good coach, like a very good coach, if you ever wanted to do that. I know you probably have to go to school to become a coach, but maybe not. I would look into it. 10 of Cups. Peace and contentment. I would also create a playlist of music that really inspires you, that gets you going, that gets your blood pumping and gets you emotionally tapped in. I'm getting that that's going to help you. Yeah, I also get that this is something you can pass down to your children and the people that come after you. It's like you may not have kids yet, but if you do, if you decide to, this is going to be something that you can help other people learn. Other people that are actually supposed to be doing it. And I feel like it is such a thing where you really are just trying to do more than you did yesterday when it comes to lifting, okay? Death. This is the end of whatever cycle of you not believing in yourself. I feel like this is the perfect time for you to invest in yourself, invest in your health, you know, make sure you're eating things that are going to help your body when it comes to lifting. So you may need to look at adjusting your diet a little bit, maybe adding more protein, you know, that could be one thing. You adjusting your diet and eating specifically around these competitions, eating things that are going to give you that long lasting but fast, healthy, clean energy, eating things of the earth, it's going to help you. I feel like where some of these people, the reason that they have a harder time is because of what they're eating, what they're digesting. So I don't know if you're going to get sponsored or whatever this is, but I feel like this is the beginning of a new era for you where you are going to leave behind any type of doubt or restriction and leave behind the numbers in your mind of what you lifted, of what you scored. You're going to leave that behind and you're going to enter into a new energy of being successful, okay? Which is going to be new numbers, basically. Ace of Pentacles. This is what I'm talking about. Being endorsed by God. That is so dope. So yeah, I get that your spirit guides want you to take your time to think things through, to take all of the appropriate measures if it comes to like having knee pads, having hand gloves, whatever the things are that are the tools of the trade that help you. I feel like that's important to have those things. If it's like one of those braces to help you when you're lifting, use the tools while you have them. Make sure that your shoes are shoes that are really good for your foot. I know that sounds weird, but like literally sometimes wearing the wrong shoe can make the biggest difference. And make sure that you have, you know, that when you're practicing, that you're not setting like that you're setting new goals, but not setting things up in your mind to be like, well, if I can't do that, only think about what you can do. And I would just take the limits off of things. I feel like you're going to do really well. Okay, good. Yeah. Good. So make sure that you eat correctly, okay? And it could just be more protein intake. It could also be making sure that you have all of the vitamins and the minerals and stuff like that. I'm not a nutritionist or a doctor, but I will tell you that what I'm seeing is that these other people, they do not eat. They'll go out for burgers and fries, and they'll eat things like right before a competition, where if they would have eaten something different, their body would have responded differently. I also get that you're going to be building so much new body mass that, diet is an important thing. Making sure that you're hydrated is an important thing. And then, releasing the limit on what you can do in your mind and on what other people have done. Because I feel like you're going to be able to reach new limits here. And this is beautiful. Yeah, your spirit guides just want you to take your time and to think out every step that you're going to take. Let's say you're picking up a huge rock or a boulder. Literally think and visualize every step that you're going to take. Okay. And then, making sure that when you're lifting, that you're bending your knees and you're using all of the parts of your body equally. And so it's not just like, because I feel like where people get injured is they'll either try to overdo it and push themselves too hard and they don't have the right posture. Your posture is something that's very important when it comes to lifting, and it's going to help you be able to, actually hold the weight that you're lifting. And so, like, let's say it's a boulder, like a rock, and you're lifting that. I want you to visualize where you're going to hold the rock. That's going to be the easiest for you to grip it, to grab it. Make sure you have chalk your hands up, you have the gloves and everything like that, so that you're not putting any wear and tear on the body. And then afterwards, it would be good for you to sit in a hot bath after these competitions and kind of just meditate on the competition and put bath salts in the bath and just sit in a hot bath. If you can't take a bath, then I would infuse bath salts into your body wash and scrub your body down so that you're energetically cleansing yourself. And I do feel like soaking in a hot tub with salt is going to be something that really helps regenerate your muscles and helps you heal. And it's going to keep it so that you are able to do this competition for longer. And that's what I think is why people leave this type of thing, is because their body at a certain point in time begins to give out because they're not taking care of it in the correct way. When you make sure that your food's good, your water intake is good, you're going to be very successful with that. And then taking, like a spa bath, basically, with bath salts, replenishing into your physical body and allowing your muscles to relax. You could be communicating with your muscles on what you want them to do. That's called biokinesis, by the way, when you are directing your muscles with what you want to do mentally. That's also going to be something that helps. Okay, is there anything else before we finish the reading? Oh, yeah, make sure that you have all of the appropriate gear and that you visualize everything before it's done. And if other people are, doing something incorrectly, and even if it looks like they're able to do it now, just know that your body position is the most important thing, especially when it comes to weight. If you see somebody doing something that looks wrong, but they're able to get away with it, just know that that's a temporary thing and their body will eventually give out. If you take care of your body and you are very meticulous in the way that you move, you're going to be fine. You're going to do really well. So yeah, I feel like you're going to do really well. You may score in like the top group, but always like when it comes to competition, don't look at other people like their competition. Just want to be better than the day before. Like, especially like the last time that you lifted, just want to be able to lift a little bit more. That's going to take the pressure off of you feeling like crap. Am I going to lose? Because I feel like for some competitions, it has to only do with you. And some competitions and games, it has to do with the group of people that you are in, like football. Like it has to not just do with you, it has to do with others. So if you can share this knowledge with other people that are on your team so that they can be using the correct gear, using the correct position, and doing things in a way that is going to be healthy, I think that that's going to be great. I think that that would help your teammates. But you know, if there's not camaraderie in this, that's okay, because you are your own best friend. And so I feel like your spirit guides are going to lead you when it comes to what you can do and where to apply your strength. Remember, your mind, to win any battle, you have to win it in your mind first. That is like something that Athena has said. And so by you doing the competition in your mind already and winning it, it's going to help you when you actually go to compete. Okay, good. You have those Atlas stones for the first time in this competition. Wow. And it's cool ancestry. Wow. Absolutely related to Royo, the Walker Viking. Wow. He's your great grandfather. So this totally makes sense. 6'6" and 300 pounds. That is dope. So it's in your ancestry. You can do this. Literally. You may end up getting sponsored or something like that if you continue to lift. And I feel like that's what I was seeing with the boulders, the stones, the big stones, is that you positioning your hands, where you position your hands is so important, and then bending your knees and really involving all of your body so that the weight is not just rested on one part. I feel like you're going to be really successful, and you're going to be able to push beyond the limits that you had for yourself. So yeah, look at every competition as you just getting to do better than you did the time before. Okay, you guys, we're going to finish up the reading here. I just pulled the Six of Pentacles. Whoever this person is to you guys, thank you so much for your donation, Peter Grace 916. And I wish you the best for your competition. I know you're going to do amazing. Just know it's in your blood. Like I was saying, develop a soundtrack, like a few songs that you can play that really get you into the mood of lifting, and use music, because music is such a great tool. Like it's such a great tool, especially for a warm-up. Make sure you stretch, a lot of stretching, doing yoga. Yoga is not just stretching, it's also breathing, which when you're lifting, breathing is a very important component to being able to lift. But yoga is going to help you balance your mind, body, and spirit so that you're completely grounded when you go to do these activities. That way it can be the safest for you. But God bless you. I think you're going to do a great job. And it's totally something that's in alignment with what your ancestors did. That's why I feel like you're going to be very successful. You're the Atlas guy from the other night. Nice. I love it. Okay. I love it with a strong arm. Thank you so much. So yeah, this Six of Pentacles energy is like not your guys' energy. I feel like this is somebody else's energy. I think that they were looking at you as somebody that they could get money off of. And now that this person is seeing that you have moved forward, they're kind of doubting letting you go. I feel like this person walking away from you or betraying you or whatever they did was the best thing that ever happened to you. You guys are so unstoppable. This person can't do anything about your financial success. You guys, the Tower, that means that these people, that means that these people are literally in trouble. They're grieving. They have to get rid of a way of thinking is more of what I'm getting than like a person, but it would help them to get rid of these other toxic people and then toxic traits. What I get that these people, their biggest thing is that they overspend, and you know, they're not family orientated. That's another thing. Yeah, trouble will only end for these people unless they get rid of something or someone. I'm getting that it could be a person, but it could also be a mentality. You know, leaving something behind, like the need. Okay, what the thought that these people have is that they deserve the best name brand things, and that's all that they can accept. But their life is not aligning with that. These people, like I was saying about the affirmations, when you affirm something, but you have a counter frequency, it kind of works, you work against yourself. And so that's why every war, every battle, every problem is already decided in the mind before it manifests in the physical world. And so these people do not understand that being abundant, being prosperous, and being financially wealthy doesn't necessarily mean financial freedom. This is what they're missing when it comes to money. First of all, doing things that are positive for money, that's one thing that they don't do. And so they have bad karma that's following them. But they don't have the ability to look at something and then like manifest long term with that. I feel like these people are grieving over a broken relationship and they're pissed off that they have to divide resources. And they're looking at you at like being like, damn, wish I would have done what that person did. I wish I would have been with that person. I wish I would have not turned them down. I wish. These people are in the energy of doubting themselves. Yeah, and you're over here healing your inner child. These people could be eating a lot and drinking a lot. I get something about overconsumption, and that's another problem that they have when it comes to their finances, is that they're wanting these like really expensive things. There's nothing wrong with expensive things if you got the money for it. But the people that have old money, the reason that they still are wealthy is because they know how to invest their money, and they don't, even if they spend their life spending their money, they're also spending their life investing their money. And what these people are not doing is investing in anything that's going to be fruitful. They're investing in gaining their fruit off of the downfall of another person. And that's not where success comes from. The people that have old money, if any of them have got it off of the suffering of others, those people are miserable ass people. Okay. They may have moolah, but they don't have happiness, beauty, health, wealth, whatever. They don't have the things that money cannot buy. They don't have a sunny disposition, mental alertness. I do get that whoever these people are, they've got a mental illness. And I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose anybody. The Chariot, like I was saying, the first card that was for these people before I did the private reading was basically about these people being in trouble with the police. They're getting restricted. This could be spiritual jail. It could be hell. It could be both of those. I mean, jail could be a form of hell, literally. But yeah, these people, they don't understand that they're being watched. And I don't know why they don't know that. Because they're attached to something that's, I would say, taboo or criminal. Maybe you walked away from this type of lifestyle a long time ago. Yeah, you did. The Queen of Swords, yes, you did. You cut these people off, and they're pissed. This has kept you emotionally balanced, though. Had you been around these people, you would have missed your Wheel of Fortune. This is your time to shine. Your destiny and fate is here for you. You're not going to have to pay anybody any ridiculous shit. I don't feel like you have done anything illegal or there's any reason for you to be persecuted. I feel like these people, they're already doubting themselves. They're in trouble. They keep getting in trouble. They keep doing things that cause themselves to be in trouble. They also want to have victories over everybody else, and that's not a normal way to think. Ace of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune to the Ace of Pentacles, you guys, that's money. Money. That is money. Maybe these people lied on you in court, or they lied to a police officer or something like that. Whatever this stupid shit is, maybe they lied about how you make your money. It doesn't matter. If anybody was actually listening to this person, they would be an idiot, okay? Like, because all somebody has to do is look you up and look at you to see that whatever this person has said is bullshit, okay? Like, I'm sorry, but it's only somebody that would blindly take what they say and then try to apply that to life that's going to be deceived. And again, I don't feel like you have done anything to warrant this type of weirdness from this person, because it's bizarre to me. Just because this person can't come where you're going, they feel like they need to destroy you over that. They need to take it up with God, because this is God giving you your finances. This is God ensuring you a wealthy, healthy life. Okay. This could be like you getting stronger, you working out, you getting more fit, you changing your lifestyle, changing your sleeping, your eating habits, all of that, changing your intake, your diet, all of these things. Like one of the Kennedy people that's alive now, they literally made this quote that the devil's gotten into our food. And I completely agree because a lot of our foods have all of, especially fast foods, they have a lot of preservatives and a lot of shit in them that we don't know about that are very addictive components, and it causes the food, it causes us, and it's spell work. It's a form of spell work, what they're putting in the food. It's a form of keeping people's vibration low and keeping them trapped in the matrix. And so when you clean out your vessel, your physical body, you make more room for God to live within you and for that higher vibration, your higher self, which is God, to come through you and to be living on this planet. And so that's why when people say to do a cleanse, it's not like, oh, you're dirty and toxic. Everybody has been eating the food that that I'm not even going to go into the FDA, but that the world, or at least America, if you're in America, they don't have food laws to make the food safe. They don't give a fuck about that. They only care about like the other things that have to do with food. That's the FDA is not about keeping people the food safe or making it even, good for the human body. It has nothing to do with that. It's completely to do with companies, okay, and how they make money. So just know if you're craving like a certain thing over and over again, do a prayer, pray on it, meditate on it. Ask to be shown if there was any, because there are witches and warlocks that work at restaurants and work at pizza places that do spells on the food to curse people. Why do they do that? I don't know. But I've seen videos of people admitting to doing stupid shit like that. And I think that one of the worst things you could do to somebody is fuck with their food or fuck with their water, put something in their shit. Like that is not cool. Whether it's magic or a powder or an herb or whatever, no. That's probably one of the worst things to do to somebody. Fuck with the things that they trust. That just rubs me the wrong way. So I get that you guys are going to grow and prosper. This other person, they're up under judgment. They could be in the legal system right now. They could be going, oh my God, the judgment and the Six of Wands. This person is in a court case that they're about to lose. I don't know what this court case is, what it has to do with, but it doesn't have to do with you. So you got, and the Eight of Swords, yo, the Eight of Swords. That is someone losing a court case going to freaking jail. Oh my goodness. This is you getting your 10 of Pentacles, you being of influence and importance and having a community, you buying real estate. This could be a Queen of Wands going to jail. Dang, that's crazy. Or this Queen of Wands could be putting somebody else in jail. I feel like this Queen of Wands will betray whoever they did crimes at the last minute. I know they've already tried to do magic on the justice system on people's minds when it comes to how people are viewing you, and this has basically backfired. This could be some type of distant family member or ex-coworker, ex-friend, whatever, ex-neighbor. This person needs to move on. I feel like their jealous, envious nature of you is the reason that they can't move on. But that exact reason. And if this person gave you anything, get rid of it. It's okay. This person curses every gift that they give to people. And that's not unheard of, as family members cursing gifts when they give to people, especially if they don't, you could have a 10 of Pentacles that's owed to you that a deceased family member has said that you get this 10 of Pentacles. This is yours. And maybe somebody wanted to hide that or take that from you. Just be aware of that and know that justice will be served on your behalf. You are in the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're not going to have any problems when it comes to money and success. I mean, those things are already provided for, I feel like. Nature and God is providing that already for you. Okay, you have the ability to use your talents and abilities to make a lot more money. This person, they wanted you to stop what you were doing, stop the path that you were on, turn back to them and give them money. That's what this person wanted. This Queen of Wands. I've been picking up for like 6 months that for a lot of you guys, there would be somebody in the dead set of winter wanting to come back and mooch up to you and become your friend or be close relative or whatever with you guys because they want you to give them money. And it's not, for some of you guys, this person doesn't actually need the money. They just are trying to test you to see if you have the money, because whatever spiritual method they have of spying has not worked. I also get that this person, you know, they're wanting to know every intimate detail about your life to sabotage it. Keep your cards close to your chest. Welcome, everybody coming in. Yeah, keep your cards close to your chest when it comes to this person and the work that you do. The work that you do is very prosperous. It's going to bring abundance for times to come. I also feel like somebody wants to access your sexual energy, and that is being denied. Sexual energy, sex is a portal, okay? Sexual energy is extremely powerful. It is. And when people misuse it, they're breaking some type of law, some type of universal law, the hangman. This person could be like literally wanting to access your sexual energy to make them win. I listened to a random story last night that somebody just writes these like vampire stories. It showed up on my feed. I was like not in a good mood. So I just clicked on it. I started listening. And it was about this girl. This guy was abusing one of his daughters. He was like a vampire. He was carving like runes into her arm and just being an evil sadist. And she had like a Cinderella situation going on where she had to do all the cooking and the cleaning and shit like that. And her sisters were evil as fuck. In that story, her father was using those runes and that trauma to drain her of her life force energy and was planning to like literally unalive her. Okay. And anyway, she gets rescued by the vampire king. And when it comes to the time of like, she gets to be the vampire queen with the vampire king, and she's just like a mortal person, but she meets the vampire king and he figures out what's going on. The magical councils that's there is like, okay, so do you want us to just take these people out right now? And she's like, no, I want my father to be stripped of his magic, his power, his money, his influence, and all of his energy. And I want my sisters to be the cooks and the cleans. And that was more of like a justice than just taking their lives, because it would actually teach them, you know, what they were doing to her was fucked up. But yeah, nice little story that I listened to. It actually made me feel better. I was like, dang, good story. But yeah, I get that this person is like an energy drainer, okay? And they do drain through some type of abuse, but they're abusing a spiritual practice. Queen of Cups. This is when people mistake you guys for being somebody that's weak. The Queen of Cups isn't necessarily weak, but they are sympathetic and empathetic. This person thinks that the moment that they give you a sob story, you're just going to open up your Wheel of Fortune and let them have a spin. No, don't do that. Okay, what's the conclusion for this court situation? Obviously, they lose and they go to jail, and they're the ones that is sacrificed. This witch has sacrificed themselves by doing magic on you in the courts. To think that the court systems and high-ranking officials like judges and presidents and other people that are, I don't know, in the Senate or whatever, just to blindly think that those people are not protected is delusional. Some of them could not be, but there's so much witchcraft that's done to protect these people that are in positions of power. There's like literally rituals, satanic shit that is actually done for protection in advance, so that people like this, when they come to play, they fuck around and find out. And that's what this Queen of Wands is experiencing. Whoever they are to you, they don't want you standing on your own 2 feet, and they feel like you're just going to open the door and let the vampire in. No, you're not. Okay? You're not. 2 of Cups. You still have a soul contract with the universe. You guys still have something that God has for you, and you could be coming together with somebody, and this person is super pissed. Maybe somebody left this Queen of Wands and wants to come towards you. I don't get that this person that left this Queen of Wands is even for you, so you're probably not going to be with that person, but I do get that there will be somebody else. And if you're with somebody, that could be the person that you have a soul contract with. People need to not look at other people and think that there's only one side to them. Just because you only showed one side to this person, that was a blessing. That's what's kept you safe. All these years that this person was methodically planning to steal a 10 of Pentacles from you, this is what has kept you safe. You like not revealing things to this person, not letting them in your house. Don't eat and drink from them. Those types of things. You cannot eat and drink from anybody. All right. And when I'm preparing food, I will not cook. You can tell if I'm in a good mood because I will cook something. Okay. I put a lot of Reiki and a lot of positive energy into the stuff that I cook, and so I bless it and everything like that and charge it. And so it's very healing and it tastes really good. I'm a very good cook. But yeah, I feel like you just need to keep applying yourself in whatever this trade is that you do. Whatever that's already bringing you abundance, you're going to get more abundance. Whoever's wanting to silence you or tell you to shut up, it's going to be their day in court where they need to shut the fuck up. I feel like this Queen of Wands was told not to mention you, okay? To leave you out of whatever this is and to not mention you, to not try to drag you, and they decided to try to drag you anyways. Now they're facing real life consequences that they'd never thought was going to manifest. I don't know why people will be like, maybe this person doesn't believe in God, okay? They don't believe in a higher power. That's crazy to me. How could anything exist without something creating it? And we all create our realities with our thoughts and our beliefs, but this person is not your God. And when it comes to your life, they're not entitled to have your experience. This person would rather have the finest things of life, the caviars and whatever other things that people like that are really, really expensive. That's the type of life they feel that they should be living. And they feel like you should be the Cinderella. The universe straight up said no to that shit. Okay. You are not a Cinderella. You're over here working, but you're not going to be this person's personal fucking slave. And if this is a weird ass family member, tell them no. Okay. You're not going to be held liable by the Holy Spirit or anything if you tell somebody no. You have every right to do that, especially to protect your peace, you guys, and your good fortune. Sometimes God, the divine realm, spirit, your higher self, your soul, will not allow a blessing to come through at a time where somebody would just come in and steal that blessing. So you just have to understand that there is divine timing. Things may not happen when you want them to, but they will happen when they are meant to happen. And you will be much more happy with them happening and when they're meant to happen, because things will work out for you rather than when you want to happen. Welcome everybody coming into the chat. Yeah, you're going to be much happier with that, okay? So just know that, okay, well, if it's not happening right now, this person wants you to think that they stole an opportunity, a person, whatever. I don't care what they think they stole from you. They didn't steal anything from you. This person is a thief of energy. Okay, they maybe were taking your energy, but they can't take this divine contract that you have with God. They can't take this divine work that you do. They can't take this 10 of Pentacles. They can't take your home from you. This person can't get you kicked out of anything. Literally, this is like a pathetic attempt to try to destroy somebody who never did anything to them. You just were winning, and this person was like, why am I not winning? This person's not winning because of who they keep their door open to. This person does witchcraft on everybody in the family. That is what I'm getting what this person does. Like, that's why I was like, don't accept any gifts from them. Don't drink from them. Don't eat from them. I would not trust this person. Okay. Because they're looking for somebody to throw under the bus at the last minute, thinking that they'll just get out of a troublesome situation. But if this person was blocking you from a home or trying to get you kicked out of a home or trying to steal a home or keep something that an ancestor left to you away from you, they're going to be having to answer for that shit. Especially if they were lying to the courts, lying to the police, saying that you were an unfit person, mentally unstable, mentally unwell. This person is the one that's proven to be mentally sick, okay? You may have suffered through things, but you are not incapable of managing your own resources. I can tell you that much. You have more saved than this person. Ace of Cups. This person cannot take away the godly given, free, unconditional love that God has given to you. They can't block it, they can't stop it, and they can't take it away. Nobody can sever your spiritual connection. Nobody can take you out of being somebody who is single, self-sufficient, able to stand on your own 2 feet. And even if you're not single, you can still stand on your own 2 feet by yourself. You have God. When you have God, everything else becomes a secondary thing, because that's the most powerful thing. The love, joy, and peace, bliss, happiness, compassion, all of that of the universe. That's what God's energy is. It's that higher vibration. Knight of Swords. This Queen of Wands could have been working with somebody that was a veteran or was in the army at some point. These people are losing something. This military energy makes me feel like all of these people are guilty for something. Okay, let's get a conclusion before we go. What do they need to know moving forward? Three of Swords, that these people are going to betray each other. When it comes, yes, betrayal. These people are going to betray each other. You don't have to really do anything, because when it comes to this situation, these people will end up throwing each other under the bus, and they'll look really stupid, especially when they try to involve you with something that they created themselves. All of the evidence points to these people. It doesn't even point to you, both spiritually and physically. The energetic, like electronic, whatever type of trail this is of evidence, it leads to these people. It doesn't lead to you. This is why the police are not investing in investigating you. Okay, that's why they could look you up and see that you are not responsible for whatever the fuck this person is talking about. And that's just in general. Empress. And again, remove the gender out of tarot. The Empress is somebody who's a loving mother, very wealthy, free. Again, financial freedom is much different than being very wealthy. Being very wealthy, people target people who are very wealthy. You would rather be, and this is from personal experience learning about money, you would rather be, and having both of the extremes of having it and not having it, you would rather be financially free than be extremely wealthy and have all of this burden to deal with. Okay, like people coming to take your money. Justice. You guys are getting justice. You have taken some type of action to resolve whatever event has taken place. This is why you guys are getting justice. Okay, so when it comes to the justice, you're getting to move forward. Contracts and agreements and legal disputes are working out in your favor. Make sure before you bring a project out, if it has to do with art or writing, that it's copyrighted in some type of way or has a watermark on it, or if this is content creating, whatever this is, just make sure that you've done the legal things that are necessary to protect it, because there is somebody that wants to impersonate you and take it from you. Wow. And your uncle lied to the court and stole your home. Yeah, these people are going to get in trouble for this. Like literally, they're going to have to go to jail. That's not okay. Why would anybody do that? Just like the story I listened to last night. Horrific. Why would they love? This King of Pentacles person is going to have to answer for all of the bullshit deals that they made on the side. If this person works for the courts, they're also going to be betrayed. Like, I feel like whatever this scandal and scheme was, it's going to come out. It's going to come out that they paid somebody, could have been a legal representative, could have been somebody in the courts, a judge, whatever, a hierophant. They could have paid somebody to get something unjust done to you. And this is all, yeah, these people are going to be up under severe judgment. And when they're up under judgment, every decision that they made from their abuse of power is going to come forward. And they're going to have to answer for that. Which means a re-examining of everything that they ever did, okay, while they had power. Three of Wands. You continue to look out to the future. Continue to invest in your goals. Invest in the ideas and the vision that you have for your life. That is my best advice. Continue to use your leadership skills to inspire other people to become better, okay? You've got a very loving connection with the divine here, and I feel like you guys have a lot of angels and a lot of spirit guides that are wanting you to recover something or to recover from something. And if this was somebody that was trying to hurt and harm you, you are divinely protected. Whatever they wanted for you, this new business idea, this new project, whatever this is that you're starting and doing, you're going to be able to provide for yourself, and it is very protected by God. This is why people that want to come play with you in this time of your life, this is not the time for people to come in and fuck with you. It's really not. They're going to have to answer to a higher power. I feel like your guys' life mission is going to become much clearer. This Queen of Wands person is in the Five of Pentacles. They're broke. And they're also broken. If they come towards you asking for help, do not help them. You guys, please like the video, tap the notification bell, make sure you're subscribed. It really helps the platform. Share this content, hype the video, please and thank you. But yeah, you guys are going to do just fine, literally. More than just fine. Public fame, success, being rewarded for your hard work. That is protected. That is divinely protected. You're going to get something that you've waited a long time for. And these people, they're going to be left in the Five of Pentacles without anything. Having to be just the same position that they wanted you in, that they tried to put you in by forcing things illegally in the court system. These people are going to be in that same exact position, okay? And they're going to be asking with their hand out, oh, well, can I just keep this house? No, bitch, no. Sorry, sir, ma'am, it, they, them. The answer is no. You're allowed to say no to people. Well, can't I just keep this house? I don't have anywhere to go. Well, you know what? I would be like, I didn't have anywhere to go when you stole the shit from me. When you and so took the shit from me, where was the compassion and grace and mercy over my life? This person has like been very unfair to you, and they worked against you and bribed people. That's actually illegal. You cannot bribe people in the courts to falsify documents. This person was saying that you're mentally unfit and mentally unwell, and it's them. There's no evidence of you being mentally insane and unable to manage your resources, your home, and your money. And to further my point, it makes no sense if you are somebody that was struggling with finances. It makes no sense for the courts to withhold anything from you or manipulate anything to keep anything from you, because if you don't have it, that means that you need it. And the law of karma has a unique way of paying people back what they deserve. Okay. And so these people, they deserve to be thrown out in the streets and have a little taste of what you had to suffer through. I mean, you're the one that survived the shit. These people are in deep regret because you survived what they tried to throw at you. Now these people are worried that it's going to come back to them, and they don't know when it's going to hit them. It's going to hit them relatively soon. Knight of Pentacles. There's somebody that was working very hard at keeping you at bay, keeping you silenced, keeping you from speaking on what these people did. And that person, that gang-stalking dumb dipshit, is about to find out that they're being watched by a higher power. And that's some scary shit. Because these people, they don't believe in karma, the law of attraction, God, anything. They don't believe in anything. They just believe in money, which is a flaw. That is a character flaw. Being a greedy, good-for-nothing loser is a character flaw. That's multiple character flaws. And I'm not trying to judge these people. That's just literally what I'm picking up on. So just know that you guys are going to remain a Nine of Pentacles, able to stand on your own 2 feet, single, self-sufficient. You know, whatever you invest in, you're going to get a payoff for that. I would literally sue these people for defamation of character. I would sue them for the illegal shit that they did. And then I would also sue them for pain and suffering and any type of medical shit you had to go through. And all of the times that you were in the Five of Pentacles, struggling, being casted away and kicked out and not knowing why, and these people stealing your shit. These people are going into the Five of Pentacles. That's financial ruin, health problems, all of that. That's now their energy. They have inherited the burden that they tried to put on you. And, you know, you guys could have said a prayer, sent this energy back. Page of Swords, because they're spying on you. These people would rather spend their money to spy on you and figure out where you're living so that they can sabotage that. What type of weird shit is this? Literally, they spent too much money on this illegal monitoring shit. And there will be somebody that comes across this, figures it all out, and sets it right. Okay? All right, let's get one more card. 8 of Wands. These people are at a crossroads. They don't know what to do. I'm going to tell them what they should do. They should literally stop what they're doing, stop every plan that they have in motion, repent, and give the collective back their property. Give them their shit back. What belongs to them belongs to them. What belongs to these people belongs to them. But your home, your property, your influence, your energy, your life force, you do not belong to these people. I don't give a fuck what type of relative they are. You belong to God. You do not belong to these people. Okay? You belong to your higher self. And so these people need to get it through their delusional slave mentality brains that you are not going to play Cinderella. The fuck? No. The answer is no. If these people come with their hand out towards you and the dead set of winter, that is a setup. Do not allow the vampire in. Okay? You guys are stronger than them. This strength will cause you to be able to be unstoppable. These people are like, damn, I thought we did everything in our power to disable that person and make them look crazy. And then people can just look you up on social media or just meet you in real life through some type of way, and then they realize that they were lied to. It's not just one person that's come to this realization. Every single person that has ever met you or known you or communicated with you has realized that there is nothing wrong with you. Okay. And so these people, if you ever had to go to court over this situation, these people would look really, really evil, like in everybody's eyes. There is no jury that's going to look at you like you're mentally insane and unable to balance your resources and unable to provide for yourself with the inheritance that an ancestor left. What happened to respecting the dead? What happened to respecting the wishes of the dead? If the dead was like, here, I want my this and that to go to so and so, what is so wrong with that? Where are people getting this shit from where they think that they can just override an ancestor leaving a blessing to somebody? Like, that is pissing off the dead. These people are going to be majorly haunted. They're also going to have to pay you some type of restitution. And literally, your dad's inheritance. Literally, I would demand that they pay you restitution in some type of way. All right, you guys, thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. Please like this video, tap the notification bell, make sure you're subscribed. I will be going to my other platform called the Psychic Tarot Angel Oracle. No, if any of you guys ever have any personal questions, you can always send me a $20 super chat and I will answer your question, okay? And I'll pause the collective reading like what I did for one of the people today. So I'm going to talk about the two books that have changed my life, okay? The first one is The Truth of God. The links to these books the description box below. The Truth of God is an advanced intuitive workbook. It has 3 techniques in it that are life-changing. I just opened it to cleansing out the temple, our physical health. So I'll probably read this part. It says, I'm not going to say that you have to cleanse the physical body to be spiritual, because I can give example after example of people that drink, smoke, do drugs, take in acidic food and anything else that one can do to pollute a body and still have tremendous spiritual gifts. In my youth, I was one of those people. I didn't write this book, just so you go. This is The Truth of God by Michael STEADMAN. In my youth, I was one of those people, minus the tremendous spiritual gifts. From my own experience, I can only imagine the change in people's lives by cleansing their body. I know that by cleansing my temple body after tramping around inside with muddy boots for the most of my life, my intuitive senses blossomed to an extent that I would have never imagined. I would not have also known what was going on inside this body without my wife telling me where the toxicity was by using iridology. Iridology is when somebody can like look at your eye, the color and your iris of your eye, and then it's a map to how your physical body is at that moment. I know that sounds weird, but it's a real thing. It's a real science. Iridology and looking at my blood under the microscope, my microscopy. Cleansing has been an ongoing process, physically, of course, emotionally, and mentally. It all starts mentally, but a person has to begin where their understanding will allow. By the time some issue manifests physically, it has started as a thought that stuck with you as a negative emotion. That emotion eventually manifests into some part of the body or some type of illness. So then it goes into cleansing the emotions. So the 3 techniques in this book that are going to literally take you to the next level, okay? The first one is the God technique. It raises you out of your ego so that you're not looking up to God. You're looking out through the eyes of God's source, so you can see everything through a lens of unconditional love, joy, and peace. You're able to detach from the situation and see it as it actually is, so you can gain the lesson and not have to relive it. And it changes your frequency. It completely changes everything about your DNA and your frequency. All of the part of our DNA that's junk DNA is not actually junk. That's where the good shit is. But when we remove the junk from our bodies by cleansing and going within and meditating and all of that and releasing thoughts and beliefs that are not good, that is when that DNA begins to activate and we become to adopt traits that are psychic, supernatural, otherworldly. So the God technique helps you with that, raises you out of your vibration. Like I will tell you, I've always been psychic, but as a child and growing up throughout my whole life until I came across this book about like 10 years ago, literally, I felt trapped in the psychic realm, having experiences that I couldn't explain and that I couldn't control. And I felt like it was not fair. After that, after I got this book and worked through it, when dead people would come to me and I would pick up on that, I could immediately cross them over because I had a connection with God that I could always use, a technique. You use a tool until you don't need it anymore. And then the second technique is the joy versus anger technique. That gives you the ability to ask yes and no questions with your higher self, God, source. So you're always connected, always communicating. And when you start to, like my life before doing this technique, I was going around making random choices, just being chaotic. And I had chaotic side effects. Like I had things that I had to go through that I could have avoided had I known the joy versus anger technique. It's similar to like pendulum or muscle testing, but it's more accurate, where you could get a false reading through a pendulum or muscle testing. You won't get a false reading through the joy versus anger technique. So it develops your intuition, and asking questions is extremely important so that you know that you are being divinely led and guided. And the third technique is the mind technique, which allows you to question these thoughts and beliefs that you have that are not serving you. And you start to use the mind like the tool that it is so that you can locate the beliefs and then release them. And any type of storylines as well that you keep creating. That way you don't just keep pulling the same experience in, which is what most people do. They'll be like, oh, I need to go do a spell or I need to do something without addressing what's going on inside of them and what manifested the situation, basically. So the link to this book is in the description box below. It is called The Truth of God, Advanced Intuitive Living by Michael STEADMAN, okay? The next book that we're going to talk about is the book that I've written, and it is called Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells, and it has got different tarot card spreads for the major arcana cards. The major arcana cards are the major transition cards like the High Priestess, the Emperor, the Empress, the Death is a major arcana card. And there's so many, the World, the Star, the Sun, the Moon, the Wheel of Fortune. Those are all the Devil. The Devil just represents the South Node. So basically I have the Lovers. I have I have literally, with God, the Holy Spirit, and Visago, we have created a bunch of tarot card spreads that you can do to help your own spiritual journey. Okay. All you need to use this book and do these tarot card spreads is the original Rider-Waite tarot deck. I would go ahead. It's very cheap, you guys. Like, it's probably like $6-7. You can probably get it cheaper on Alibaba or what is the other one? Temu. But yeah, I would go ahead and get the one that has the description on the card, the words on the card. It just makes it easier for you to learn the entire deck so that when you're doing these tarot card spreads, you can be understanding what you're seeing, okay? And so I'm just going to read the Emperor Tarot card spread for the Divine Masculine Archetype Ego. All of these tarot card spreads are designed specifically as the Rider-Waite original deck has them, okay? They're designed specifically for that. So everything that you'll see on the picture, I'm just looking for the Emperor. But yeah, everything that you see on the picture for the Emperor, there will be a position for that. And then you get to really do a deep dive into the archetypal energy of the major arcana cards. Here we go, is the Emperor. So I'm going to read position 1. Actually, I'm going to read the Emperor and position 1. Okay, so the Emperor, the male archetype ego. The Emperor is the number 4, the answer yes, and the zodiac is Aries. The Emperor is the master of his own emotions. The Emperor is a natural born leader and a conqueror of mankind. He rules justly over a group of people. He represents the perfect relationship between father and child. The Emperor is the card of personal authority, willpower, and self-control, defending those who are weaker. The Emperor is beloved by all for the responsibility that he takes for others. With great power comes great responsibility. This is true. Position 1, the lower ego of the divine masculine archetype. This card will reveal insight into your divine masculine energy. How awakened and enlightened you are will be shown to you in the card that you pull for this position. If you are a natural leader, that may show through the card that you pull for this position. Your South Node, lower self, ego is a part of you that is still asleep. If you are stuck in your South Node, the card that you will pull for this position will give insight in how to get unstuck. If you pull the Emperor card for this position, you will know that you are no longer in your South Node. If the card that you pull is a yes card, you can rest assured that you are balanced in your divine masculine energy. Remember, we hold both divine feminine and divine masculine energies within us. What makes us divine is our ability to free ourselves of karmic energies by healing the self through self-love. Position 2, higher self, ego, divine masculine archetype of the Emperor. This card position will show you your North Node masculinity and masculine energy. This means that you will gain some information on how your divine masculine energies are affecting your creation. How connected are you with your father may be shown to you here. If you have received information about your divine life purpose, that information may be confirmed in the card that you pull for this position. If you pull the Emperor card for this spot, you will know that it is a good omen and a double confirmation that you are in alignment. And then it just keeps going on. Position 3, the divine masculine archetype position. This card position will show you some insight into how well you work with others. What position does your divine masculine energy provide? How do you fit in with the whole of humanity? What type of leader are you? If you are meant to lead others or defend them, that may be shown to you in the card that you pull for this position. If the card that you pull is the yes card or the Emperor card, you can take that as a double confirmation of being in alignment. Okay, so those are some of the positions in the Emperor Tarot card spread. The Emperor Tarot card spell is to obtain powers. And you'll just basically, you say this affirmation: I am the emperor of my own life. I call my power to me and dominate all strife. There will be a little ritual you use that you do by drawing a picture of yourself, okay, as being the emperor. And then I've even coded what the different colors that you could use in your picture could represent. Red is power and divine masculinity. Blue is clearing, cleansing, protective energies. Yellow is inspirational, divine motivation. Orange is relationships with others. Green is healing, prosperity, and growth. And purple is regal energies and psychic energies. And so, yeah, there is a psychic spell that you do with integrating the zodiac signs, and I've included the 14 zodiac signs, which are not included in regular zodiac, but they should be. Okay, and then in the back of the book, so for each of the major arcana cards, there is a tarot card spread that goes a deep dive into that and how it's going to help your journey. And then there is also a spell that goes with that, like a manifestation ritual. And in the back, I have made a compendium of knowledge. Basically, I'm just going to start reading the Emperor. Why not? Since we're on that. So when the different major arcana cards come out together, it definitely means something. I've decoded what that could mean by going through each of the major arcana cards in the back. It says whenever the Emperor is pulled, it is an indication that whoever is in question is a divine masculine. If you pull the Emperor with the Magician, it means that someone could be using magic to stay on top or to get on top. If you pull the Emperor with the Lovers, it could mean that a divine masculine is about to enter your life and that person could be a divine lover, soulmate, or twin flame. If you pull the Emperor before the Empress, it could mean that you have a connection to royalty in your blood, or whoever you're reading for does. When the Last Judgment tarot card is pulled with the Emperor, it could indicate that you are dealing with someone who is either a judge, a lawyer, or someone else of high status working in the courts or judicial system. If you pull the Emperor and then the Hangman tarot card, it could mean that you are dealing with someone who is a boss in their own right, but they may throw you to the wolves. If you pull the Emperor, then the Death tarot card, it means that the person in question could be a danger or a negative influence to your life. And it just keeps going. Like if you pull the Strength with the Emperor tarot card, it means that your power is unmatched and that you're pulling in your equal, either in a business partner or a personal relationship. It keeps going on and on and on. But this is just like a taste of the book that I've written. Again, it's called Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. Those of you that are wanting to develop your reading abilities and going beyond the self-doubt of using tarot when trying to pull cards for yourself. This helps you integrate the archetypal energies of the major arcana cards, which are the major life transitions, and it goes in order. I would take a picture of each reading and take notes with each reading, literally, and then go back and look at it again later. And you can do the spell and the reading many times and get more information. You can also, if you have friends, you can also help them as well by helping them read their own cards. And if you want to learn to read for other people, this is the book. Literally, if you want to learn to read for yourself, this is the book. I suggest that you get the Truth of God first, develop the confirmation, develop the joy versus anger technique, and then get this book. And all you need to get started with it is the original Rider-Waite Tarot deck. You can order that online. It's really, really inexpensive, and you can get it with the words on it. That's going to be the best thing, because that way you don't have to be flipping through a book. You can start to memorize what the energies are, and then that allows your mind, by knowing the general thing of it, to pick up on other stuff. Okay. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Okay. Also, remember, if any of you guys have a personal question, when I'm doing these readings on this platform, you can send me a $20 super chat, and I will pause the collective reading and I will answer your question. Okay, so that is available to you guys as well. If you have anything going on in your life that you need addressed. Okay, so check out these books. They're in the description box below. If you would like to leave a tip or a donation, I am eternally grateful. I love you guys so much. There are Cash App and PayPal links in the description box below. But know that I am very happy with your likes, your hyping the video, your subscribes, you tapping the notification bell, you leaving a comment. All of that stuff help, and sharing the content and telling other people about it. All of that really helps these messages get out so that we can reach as many people as possible, and hopefully, you know, make this planet a better place. All right. I love you guys so much. Thank you for spending your time with me. God bless you. Peace be with you. And I'll see you guys in the next reading. Okay. Bye.